Hello, Lorraine here. Good morning. Will you get ready with me today? I've heard it said that the get ready with me is old school, is old fashioned, but I don't know. I really like them and I learn a whole lot from them. Maybe they run a little long sometimes. Maybe that's a bit of a problem. I don't know. What do you think? My name is Lorraine and my channel is Lo's Life and Lessons. Now, I've already put on my skincare, which includes vitamin C and, of course, sunscreen. And I've also put on the eye primer. And the one, that, of course, that I always use is Mario's Makeup by Mario. I love this one. I've had it for such a long time. It just never seems to run out. And I put on one of those shades as well as a little bit of powder all over the eyelid, right up to the eyebrow. And in fact, I used to put a very light shadow right under the brow, but I don't even do that anymore. That's a step that I'm able to skip because I just find that the primer puts a little bit of a lighter shade under the brow to even all the skin tone out. I'm going to start with my eyeshadow, which is Maybelline Matte Bar. Lots of matte shades. I like to start with a good matte shade on my eyes with just maybe a touch of shimmer at the end. So we're going to start with that one. Now, this is a fall look. Well, what is a fall look? First of all, I just really don't do fall colors. I like the fall, and of course I really appreciate the leaves on the trees, and it's just a beautiful season. But in terms of actually wearing any of those colors, I just never do. I don't have any warm colors at all in my wardrobe. I try to avoid warm shades in my makeup. I like a cooler tone. And so this is not a fall look the way some content creators do one, but it's one that I'm going to do because today is a special occasion. Today I am going out with my girlfriends, with my music girlfriends. I've known these ladies for about 7 years, and I first met them at a meetup group, at a music meetup group where we all gathered together, and there were some musicians, some guitar players, and there was a few of us who don't play an instrument, but we sing. And so these three ladies that I'm meeting with are the singers. So the four of us we call ourselves the choir. I'm starting with a sort of a taupe color all over the eyelid here. And what I will do is do one eye completely. I've already put some of the matte on the other eye, but I'll complete this right eye, and then I'll finish the other eye off camera just to save a bit of time. Now, today, because it is a special occasion, I'm going to do a little bit of shading in the crease. Now, I don't have much of a crease. I have hooded eyes, so I'm just going to take a little touch of a darker shade here and just press it right under that bone. Just make sure that I'm pressing it right under there to sort of create a crease. So that's going to be a little bit darker, and don't worry, it'll blend in. Yeah, so this is kind of my fall look. Maybe a little bit of a darker look than the pastels of summer. And we are going out for lunch today, the four of us, because two of us are, one had her birthday a few weeks ago, and the other one is me, and my birthday's in a couple of weeks, and I'll be 76. Oh, wow. I can't even believe it. The years just go ticking by. So you can see that there's a little bit more of a shading up there. I don't usually bother with this step, honestly, on a daily basis, but because it's a special occasion, I'm just going to do it today. And because this is all mattes, I'm going to go to a different eyeshadow. And this one, this is I've had this for, I would be embarrassed to tell you how long I've had this. This is NYX Pencil Eyeshadow, and it's called Jumbo Pencil, I believe. By the way, I'm going to list and link all of these products down below for you if you want to explore them for yourself. But this one comes in many, many different colors. I've had this for so long, and I've used it a lot. and I really, really like the texture. It's very smooth, and it has just the right amount of shimmer. I'm just going to glide that in the middle of my eyelid. And that's the look. And now I'm going to take a bigger brush, and I do like to use a bit of a bigger brush to blend everything together, because I don't want any marks of demarcation. And I'll do the other eye off camera. Of course, I always have to make sure not to get any shadow down here, because I don't want to drag my eye down. So I'm always have my trusty tissue here, and I just make sure, see, there is a little bit down there, so I just want to remove that. There. And now I'm going to tightline my eyes, and I'm going to use my new liquid eyeliner that I got from e.l.f. Now, I'm not that accustomed to using a liquid eyeliner, and I have found a few gel eyeliners that are quite nice, especially the Maybelline Skinny one. But I have to tell you, every single one of those gel eyeliners transfers, even if just a little bit, to the waterline below my eyes, and I really don't want that. And what I discovered with this e.l.f. one, it doesn't transfer at all. And it really goes on beautifully. So I'm very pleased about that. And I'm going to put just a little bit of a shading underneath my lower lashes. This one is an Annabelle gel pencil, and it's called Topissime. So it has a bit of a shine to it. I've been using it lately. It's just kind of a change. I only want a very little shading under there. There, that's plenty. Just a tiny bit of definition under there. So I will do the other eye, and I will be right back with you. There, both the eyes are done. Next, I'm going to put on some face primer. This is my new e.l.f. self-adjusting primer. It adjusts anything that it needs adjusting, I guess, in terms of tone or any kind of little spots. But I like the finish of this, and you need very, very little. It leaves a beautiful smooth satin finish to receive the foundation. Now, this foundation that I'm going to use is one that's been around for quite a while, and it's been compared to the Dior foundation. It is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, the dewy version. I believe there is a matte version, and this color is Buff Bisque, but it does have quite a few colors. Now, this foundation is absolutely awesome. The only thing is it has this little funny little plastic wand, which is not my favorite, and I understand it's not the favorite of other people either. But I just tap a little bit on my trusty glass palette, and that will be plenty. Believe me, a little goes a long way. I like a really natural look. I use very little foundation. I do not want my skin to look as if it has any kind of a mask on it or any kind of... I just really prefer a very natural look. Now, I haven't even used all that is on the glass palette, and that's probably all I will use. So I start blending with a sponge, and I don't know which is better, so I use both. I start with a sponge and just press it in. I don't use concealer, but I will bring a little wee bit up under my eyes. Not really enough, I don't think, to do anything, but just to blend it in. And then I will use a brush, a foundation brush, and I will just buff and buff and buff it in. Now, I'm not sharing my scent of the day anymore. The only reason is because I have gotten rid of quite a few of them, and I'm doing some serious downsizing. You know, I kind of went crazy when I first started collecting perfumes about 6 years ago now, and I bought a whole lot of perfumes. Many of them I really like very much, but there's relatively few that I really love. And since I can't wear them all, well, I might as well just wear the ones that I love, right? And let somebody else enjoy the ones that I just like. So lately I sold about 40 bottles on Facebook Marketplace. But I will tell you today that I'm wearing my beloved Shalimar because it's a special occasion and I'm celebrating my birthday coming up. We just had Thanksgiving here in Canada, and I had such a good time. Now, we celebrated the week before the Thanksgiving weekend. I'm just going to pause here. Look at that finish. It really is a bit dewy, isn't it? But I just love this foundation, and the color is pretty good for me. So I'm going to put a little bit of powder on, and I'm using the e.l.f. Halo loose powder. This is in color light. And again, this has a little bit of a glow as well. So I'm just putting a little bit in the cap, just that much, no more than that. And I'll just swirl my brush in there and really get it into the bristles. And then tap it a little bit in case there's any loose, and just pounce it all over my face. You know how I love my powder. Anyway, so we celebrated the week before the Thanksgiving weekend. My son rented a cottage from a friend of his. And so we went up for the day. Now, a good friend of mine loves cooking. And she was there, and my goodness, she cooked the turkey and all the fixins. Now, you know, I brought my own stuffing, and I brought the dessert. I brought a great big apple crisp. So, you know, people did make a contribution, but she did the majority of the planning and the shopping and the work. It was just so wonderful. There were 13 people there, and including my 3 children and all 4 of my grandchildren. So it was a beautiful day. It was cool. It was by the water, of course. It would be in October. But it was a lovely sunny day, and the kids were playing outside, and we had a great big feast. And yes, we're so thankful, right? I mean, I just have so much to be thankful for. I just can't even, my list is very long. Next is bronzer, and this is Maybelline City Bronzer. And I've learned a few tricks from Tammy of Tammy's Ageless Beauty. If you haven't discovered her yet, I would highly recommend that you do. She's quite very, very knowledgeable, certainly, and very entertaining. I'll put the link to her channel down below. Anyway, she was talking about how to apply bronzer to an older face. And what she suggested was, you know, it used to be that you did the big 3, you started here and here. But apparently, with us older women, it's best just to stick under the cheekbone and not go up to the temple, because we don't want to emphasize that particular area. So I have been doing that. Now, I'm not a huge fan of bronzer at the best of times, but this is my fall look, and it's a special occasion. So, and if we want to sculpt the jaw line, we just do that with just the little bit of bronzer that's left on the brush. And again, I'm just going to do this side for now, because next I'm going to apply blush. And again, Tammy says whereas when we were younger, we used to apply to the apples of the cheeks, right? Right there. No, no, no. First of all, I know for myself, I have wrinkles right under my eyes right there, and I certainly do not want to emphasize that area. This blush that I'm using is from IT Cosmetics, and it's the Radiance blush. It's the Je ne sais quoi color. It has a touch of shimmer. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Now, this particular packaging isn't available anymore, but I did put a similar one down below for you. But this is one that I've had for quite a while. And again, you know, these products last a long, long time. And look at that color. It's just smashing. So with this amount of shimmer, I won't need any highlighter. Now, Tammy suggests placing the blush right on the cheekbone. And so that's what I'm going to do right there. But I'm not going under that eye. I do not want to emphasize those wrinkles there. So I've placed it there, and now I'm going to just gently buff it in. And this I will take up a bit to the temple. Isn't that pretty? I like that. And that's all there is to it, really. So I'll do the other side. Well, I have a confession to make. I did put a bit too much blush on those cheekbones, so I have just spent quite a bit of time buffing that color out. So I think that's okay. Sometimes it's hard to tell with blush what is too much and what is not enough until the whole look is done, until the hair is done and everything. So I'm going to leave it for now, and we'll see how it looks a little later. Now, did you think I forgot my brows? Not a chance. I always kind of leave them last because if I'm using any kind of powder products, I don't want the powder flying around and landing on my brows. So I just start by removing any of those possible powder particles. And I'm using my e.l.f. pencil. I love this, honestly. It's kind of it's thick and it's kind of a waxy texture. So it's kind of a one and done thing. It just goes on very smoothly. I love this color. It's taupe. And I'll be right back. The brows are done. I'm going to put on my mascara. And I'm using Maybelline Sky High. I've had this for quite a while, so I find that with some formulas, if you use them a couple of times, the formula just seems to get, I don't know, a little better. I'll finish off the other eye, put on my lips, do my hair, get dressed, and I will be right back. Hi, I'm ready to go out now and have a good time at lunch with my friends. What I did end up doing with that blush, I did find it a bit dark, so I blended it down. You know that B word, B, blend, blend, blend. You cannot blend too much. And using a foundation brush with a little bit of foundation left on it, I think blended it down to a suitable brightness. Lesson learned, better to put on too little than too much. With too little, you can always build it up. It takes some people a long time to learn. My lipstick today is by Lise Wattier. It's called Fortune Cookie. I love her lipsticks. They are just the most beautiful, creamy formula. Thank you very much for being with me today. I hope that you have a good day as well. I thank you so much for your support, and I love you all. Have a great day, take care, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.